December 3rd, 2025. If I hear out of another Chelsea fan's mouth the word title contenders this season, I'm going to lose it. Who tricked you into thinking that we were title contenders? Before this season started, I said on another podcast that we're battling for top four at best. This is the Premier League. There's a lot of competitive sides in the top half of the table, and we're also competing in the Champions League. Look at our squad. We have some decent talent. We have some decent depth, but our top end isn't anything crazy that we need to be thinking we're going to be competing for the title. Now, to be fair, when I said that, I thought we'd be competing with Liverpool, Arsenal are holding up to their end of the bargain. City. I thought these three teams were going to be comfortably better than us, so we're fighting for top four. And everyone off the Club World Cup was thinking we're going to go crazy. Oh my God, we're here. I was gassed too, but the window was not convincing. And now we're seeing the results. Leeds 3, Chelsea 1. This might be the worst defensive performance I've seen in 2025. It's up there. It's up there. What a calamity. The thing is, if you ever think we're title contenders because we put on a good performance, which we do, when we go up against a great team, we all of a sudden turn into a great team. But the thing is, in games like this, against bottom half sides or relegation battling sides, this is something we always have in our back pocket. Basically, the relegation battle is going to be decided by who can beat Chelsea. That's basically what we're looking at here. Which team is going to be able to get a result against Chelsea? Burnley were unlucky because we beat them. West Ham, we smacked them. But some other teams are trying to claw results against us. And it's working. It's working. So I don't want to hear title contenders again for the rest of the season. And for the main reason, the lineup we put out today was absolutely diabolical. Let's take a look at it. Even when I saw this pre-game, I was like, okay, Esteval starting. He's starting to get a run of games. Not a great performance, but he's a young kid. I'd like to see a young player trying stuff. If it's inconsistent, it's inconsistent. João Pedro and Delap, this combo right here is proven to be fool's gold. We got hoodwinked, bro. We got hoodwinked. Let's just call it what it is. These two, I do not need to see them playing together ever again. We need Cole Palmer back fit ASAP to be in this position, and then one of the two can play up top. But these two together, there's just no sense of urgency between them. But let's not even talk about that, because that's its own can of worms. These three in the same lineup is criminal. It's criminal. Enzo Maresca, I think you're a manager with a lot of potential. You've shown me over the course of the season. You're learning, you're growing, you're improving. You're not the finished product. You're not going to go out and win every game, but you show that when the time comes, you can make improvements, you can make adjustments, and you can set up against good teams. But this lineup, Badiashile, Tosin, and Chalobah should never all touch the field at the same time. That can never, ever, ever, ever happen. To be honest, even 2 out of the 3 of them shouldn't even combine together. I don't ever want to see Tosin and Chalobah ever again. Those two were even trending during the game because people knew Tosin and Chalobah should never happen. But I also, even worse than Tosin and Chalobah, is Tosin and Badiashile. Why are these two playing together? Honestly, maybe not worse, because at least Badiashile is left-footed, so there's a little bit of balance to the defense. But Badiashile barely gets minutes, so he's never even ready to play at the top level. He just barely even gets enough minutes to even say he's good or bad, but he's not great when he plays. Let's just call it what it is. Tosin, genuine criminal. Don't know how this dude even still gets minutes. Where's Achimpong? Why is Josh not starting? Or not even getting minutes in a game like this? We're playing Tosin, and we take off Badiashile at halftime and leave Tosin and Chalobah together, which, is jump scare 101 for Chelsea fans. I don't understand what we're doing with this. We have Reece James on the bench. We have Gusto on the bench. And I know we're rotating, and that's the issue with us. We have to rotate because we're playing all these games. But this rotation is not it. We can't have Gusto, James, who else? Achimpong, all on the bench. Even Hot Toes on the bench. Like, I know he's a left back, but we could try him at center back. It's just not it. It's not it, bro. I'm not having this. We can't allow something like this to ever happen again. And I hope Maresca learns from this that it's just a pure calamity. And it showed. Cause let's get into the goals. The first goal, 3 center backs on the pitch at the same time. We know Leeds start strong. They started very strong this season in most games. We can see from a corner. The lap gets absolutely shook. You would have thought, what's his name? Bijal? I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. But I call him Jaka. This guy gave the lap a little AI crossover, got free in the box, and beautiful header. I'll give it to him at the near post, but glancing header. Sanchez, palms it into his own net. But to be honest, he didn't really have a chance because all 3 of our center backs, no one could even jump over the cover. What are we doing? How are we defending a set piece like this? That was embarrassing to begin with. Esteval, he was getting frustrated. Clearly, we haven't tapped into how to defend to unlock these blocks yet. So we're gonna work on that. That second goal, more mishaps at the back. We can't even play out of the back. Tosin with to be honest, the strong pass, not really on target to Enzo, but maybe Enzo should do better to control it. I won't 100% put that on Tosin, but then Santos is completely drawn out of position to be able to try to cover that, and the center backs don't shift at all. And then Tanaka, to be fair to Tanaka, it's a good finish from outside the box, good shot. I got to give Tanaka his credit, but other than that, like, that's 2 that we should not be conceding. Maybe you could say, okay, set piece, fair enough. But really, we got to defend that better. And then that second goal, what are we doing playing out from the back there terribly? If it's that congested, just clear it. Not every team has to be some beautiful build up from the back type team in every situation. Sometimes you can just get rid of the ball and reset. So that was horrid. Halftime, we make the subs. Pedro Neto coming on. I'm not mad at Neto coming on for Esteval. Esteval clearly wasn't really in it in the first half. At least we can try to play in transition with him a little bit more. Badia Shield off. I mean, I was glad to see one of them go off. So, okay, Gusto comes on, whatever. But Gusto on the ball also isn't the greatest. So it was also giving me scares that we have Gusto, Chalobah, and Tosin in at the back. But we cannot, like I said earlier, we cannot leave Tosin and Chalobah together. And we see what happens. At least we do get the Neto goal across from Gittins. Neto, damn near doesn't control it. Not try to do anything with his right foot, but he ends up getting it in. We take that. I was like, okay, maybe we're back in it. I don't have a lot of confidence. Maybe we're back in it. Got fortunate. This goes offsides. Then Garnacho comes in, and finally our GOAT. Used to pray for times like this. Vince Carter meme. Cole Palmer comes back. I was gassed to see him. Honestly, didn't have that much of an impact, but I wasn't expecting much. He's rusty. He had one shot that was off target that he usually puts that on target, so I'm not really mad at that. Hopefully we can get him a run of games and get him starting again. And the final, I don't even want to talk about this goal. I honestly don't even want to talk about this goal. What the hell did we just witness? We're making Dominic Calvert-Lewin look like he wasn't one of the biggest flops in recent years, bro. We brought this dude back to life. Undertaker style, he sat back up. He only scores against bums, and we're one of them. What was that third goal? Gusto, great defending, wins it. And then somehow we just all fall asleep. He passes it to Tosin, like on the scene of the crime again. Tosin, it'll be too soon if I ever see Tosin get another minute for Chelsea. January window's coming. Hit him with the east side. Get him out of here, bro. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Achimpong needs to play. If it brings someone in, go for Gahey or something. This guy cannot get another minute. I'm fed up. I'm actually fed up. And he tries to play it back to Sanchez. Sanchez gets, for some reason, doesn't just immediately clear it. And he gets absolutely pressured by Calvert-Lewin and another player. I forget who the second player was. And we get cooked. We get absolutely cooked. And the game was over from that point. It never really looked like we were going to get back into it. We had a little spell. We were kind of putting on the pressure, but nothing really exciting ever happened again. And I'm just disappointed. If I'm being honest with you, I'm very disappointed. That third goal was genuine sabotage. So whoever's the agent, I'm toasting, I'm looking at you. Someone's an agent trying to sabotage us. My biggest question is, where's all the hustle from the Arsenal game? Like, why are there two different Chelseas? I know it's a rotation because we're trying to balance these minutes, but we should not be able to look like a real European contender against Arsenal. Everyone's up for it, aggressive, the hustle's there, and we come play against Leeds, and it looks like we're in a training session. No one's hustling to any ball. We got beaten in every duel, every individual battle. Leeds were just way better than us. This is Leeds. No disrespect to Leeds. To be fair to them, they've been competing this season. They're not doing as well as they would hope, but they're giving big teams problems and made them have to fight to win games and show character. And what we did not do is show that character. So the result is deserved. We were bad. They were genuinely. There's not even some excuse I can make. Like obviously the rotation, whatever. Caicedo's out, whatever. I don't even care. I can't even say okay, we were better, but they just got lucky. No, we were flat out terrible. And now, what does this mean? Let's look at the table. Arsenal won their game. Of course they did. They're up to 33. City won their game yesterday, life and death with Fulham. They're up to 28. Villa won, and we're behind Villa by 3 points. Did you see the way Villa started this season? Genuinely, did you see the way Villa started this season? Villa, I almost called them villain. Let's look at Villa's results to start the season. Fixtures. Why is it, bro? It was only recent fixtures. Bro, Villa started this season terribly. Newcastle, draw, loss, draw. This isn't a cup, but draw. And they finally start to get some results together. And okay, they started to go on a run. But they started the season terribly. They weren't even in the conversation to start. And now Villa are ahead of us. That just shows how up and down we've been. Palace, only 1 point ahead of Palace. Okay, Palace has actually been pretty good this season, so I'm mad at that. Sunderland have been pretty good. Brighton are right there. Liverpool, who've been cheeks, are only 2 points behind us. They got their win, or I think they got a draw today. Yeah, they got their draw today. Florian Wirtz, by the way. I wasn't watching that game. I saw on Foot Mob that he scored, and it turns out it was an own goal. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, bro. The agenda against you, 0012, 013, whatever, it's rough, bro. It's rough. I guess 014 now. But United play tomorrow, and we're only 3 points ahead of them. If they beat West Ham, which they should, let's be real, they should. I mean, to be fair, United aren't the most consistent team themselves, but if they beat West Ham, we're level with United. Come on, bro. I don't even want to talk too much about this anymore. I can honestly go on about how bad this performance was for an hour, but let's just look at the upcoming games. Bournemouth, that's not an easy game. Okay, Atalanta in the Champions League, that's going to take something out of us. Everton, that's not an easy game these days. Like, we're in for a bit of a rough December. Newcastle, Villa, Bournemouth again. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. I would not be surprised if we're sitting in like 6th, 7th. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. In like 7th or 8th. I don't even want to say that low. 5th, 6th, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if we're like lower European spots by the end of December, because that's not an easy run of games, and we've shown that we're just not a consistent team. So that's it pretty much. I'm just depressed after that. I don't want to talk anymore about this. But I appreciate you guys for watching. The Bournemouth game, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a match review on that, because I will be doing a match reaction on the final day of the J League. I talked about that in my last video if you want to check that out. But I will be back next week for future Chelsea games. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, do all that algorithm, help, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. That'd be very much appreciated. And I'll see you guys next time, but man, will I?